Nothing kills ambition like the fear of risk. How many people stay stuck in jobs they hate because they're afraid of failing at something new? How many ideas die in notebooks because their owner was too scared to put them out into the world? How many lives shrink into quiet desperation because fear whispered, "Better not try. Caution is wise." Blind leaps without preparation are stupid, but irrational fear of risk convinces you that trying is always worse than staying put. And that's a lie. Every meaningful achievement, starting a business, writing a book, moving to a new city, asking someone out, requires risk. If you let fear make the call, you guarantee a life of regrets instead of failures, and regrets hurt far worse. Experts aren't always right. One of the most dangerous things about irrational fear is how it's fed by experts. You'll see some authority figure with a PhD, a government badge, or a fancy title telling you what you must do. And because they have credentials, we assume they can't be questioned. Here's the truth. Everyone has a vested interest. Researchers need funding, politicians need votes, companies need profits. Experts are people, and people have biases. That doesn't mean ignore science or distrust all authority. It means balance what you're told against what you already know. If an expert is telling you to ignore your common sense, pause. Treat it with a grain of salt. Irrational is irrational, no matter how polished the PowerPoint or how official the podium. Fear as a tool of manipulation. The reason irrational fear spreads so easily is because fear is the strongest motivator on the planet. Fear makes you buy things you don't need. Fear makes you obey rules that don't make sense. Fear makes you silence your own judgment in favor of the herd. Fear makes you cling to safety even when it's killing your growth. When someone wants to manipulate you, whether it's a company, a politician, or a self-proclaimed expert, they don't persuade you with facts. They scare you into compliance. Once you see that, it's impossible to unsee. Common sense, the antidote. The cure for irrational fear isn't recklessness. It's common sense. Common sense tells you strangers are mostly decent, but you should still lock your door. Common sense tells you viruses are real, but you don't need to live like a germophobic hermit. Common sense tells you taking chances carries risk, but standing still carries greater risk over time. Fear screams. Common sense whispers. You just have to choose which voice to listen to. Final word. Stop renting your life to fear. Irrational fears are like squatters in your mind. They don't pay rent, but they take up space, drain your energy, and stop you from living fully. Yes, be careful. Yes, be prudent. But stop letting fear be the CEO of your life. Because at the end of the day, irrational is irrational. No matter how many experts tell you otherwise, no matter how many headlines scream it, no matter how many reports dress it up as wisdom. Fear may motivate, but it rarely liberates. Choose common sense over paranoia, caution over panic, courage over paralysis. That's how you take your life back.